Sustainability Indicator Management and Analysis Platform, Introduction to Account Setup. This training will cover account setup, how to enter institutional data, normalization, and programmatic information. Let's start with the basics. Go to unhsimap.org and hit Create New Account. A best practice recommendation is to use an institutional email so that you wouldn't have to change it later when you're no longer responsible for entering the data and managing the account. For example, gogreen@yourschool.edu. After entering your email, you should receive a notification from the system to set up your password. If you don't receive the notification, check your spam folder. Often systems-generated emails are sent to spam. If you need to change any of the contact information in the future, you can always go to My Account page at the top right-hand corner and make those changes there. You can also change the designation of official or not official institution under the My Account tab, should you forget to click that button as you register. On this page, you want to create your username, add your email address. Again, it's better to do an institutional email, and then pick your institution name from the drop-down menu. This is also where you designate whether this is an official account for your institution. It is possible to have more than one account using the same institution name. Maybe your sustainability office wanted to set up a SIMAP account to calculate its annual greenhouse gas footprint, and a student group or a professor wanted to use SIMAP to do a study or a project using their own data, or using the same input data but using it differently. Each could establish a separate account using the same institution name, but only one can be designated as the official account. I want to say a few words about the reasons for official designation and why it's important. We ask everyone to establish whether or not theirs will be the primary or official account for the institution. The official account should be the one that contains data that's believed to be comprehensive and accurate for your institution. And if you are doing reporting to outside entities like Second Nature or ASHI STARS, reflect that reporting data. We ask schools to designate whether their account is the official one, because sometimes unexpected staff turnover or intermittent support for institutional sustainability programs mean that new staff from the institution need access to the data and don't have it from internal sources. Knowing which one is the official account allows us to retrieve user data and ensure continued access by your institution. One of the goals and benefits of the new SIMAP being a web-based platform is that it allows UNHSI to aggregate user data and make it available for research and analysis on the greenhouse gas efforts across higher education sector. In order to ensure that any such research and analysis is based on real data, we need to be able to differentiate accounts used for official accounting from those used for research, education, or advocacy, which may contain incomplete or dummy data. If someone has established an official account for your institution, you will see a message when you try to save your new account stating that an official institution account already exists. If this other account is not supposed to be the official account, you may contact us and we will reach out to the account creator to sort out the mislabeling. If you forgot to check the box, you can still change this designation after you created the account and logged in under My Account tab. You want to read and approve the user agreement. The highlights are on the slide, but you should read the entire agreement. It is fairly short. After reading the agreement, check the Agree checkbox and enter your username, which can also be your email address. Then enter your name. This slide is self-explanatory. These are the differences between basic free access account and Tier 1 access account. In this presentation, we're going to cover mostly Tier 1 because it has more functionalities. If you cannot see a feature in your account, it's probably because you have not upgraded or because of your user access. More about that later. On My Account page, you have the ability to change any of the contact data, your email, and passwords. It is also where you can click the green button and be taken to the shopping cart to pay for the upgrade. Here you can select a subscription for 1 year or for 2 years. Enter your email address, then click Continue Unregistered button. It will take you to the next page where you can enter your credit card information. On this page, you can enter your credit card information. Make sure that the name of the person to whom the credit card is registered and the address are accurate. If you have a coupon, you can enter it here. Once your account is upgraded and you have access to all the Tier 1 features, you can start by filling out the information about your institution on Account tab, Institution. On this page, you can select your institution name from a drop-down menu. If your institution is not on that list, select Other and enter it manually in the next field. Enter your zip code in the US or select your province for Canada. Confirm the eGrid region for post-2007 and select the pre-2007 region. If you're outside the US or Canada, you can enter custom electric grid emissions for your country or region. We're planning to have this data available for all countries in Tier 2. On this page, you can fill out as much information as you have that's readily available. Your emission factors version will default to the most recent one, but you can change that based on your needs. You should choose the unit system for your data, metric or non-metric. On this page, you can add more users to your account. This is a Tier 1 feature. One note, it is important that you use a unique email address for each user. Each email address can only be associated with one account. If your students create additional test accounts and then want to be added as users to the official account, the system will send an error message if they're using the same email address for both accounts. Here on the notebook page, you can enter any notes relevant to the entire inventory. There will be note fields for each additional data entry throughout the data entry fields. Budgets are useful for normalization. Enter as much information as you have. Your budget dollars will be adjusted for inflation in the background. You do not need to make that calculation. This data is not mandatory but is useful for normalization and for comparison with other institutions of similar size. Use gross square footage and enter as much information as you have access to. The population data is probably the easiest metric to find from your HR and registrar's office. This is most useful for normalization and comparison between institutions. Definitions for full-time equivalency and weighted users are on the page. The weighted user is calculated automatically and is aligned with the ASHI STARS calculation. To see the calculation, check the resource page. Here you can establish and track your goals. Filling out this section allows us to see how many of the institutions report to or belong to various reporting or other organizations. Please let us know if there are others which should be added to this list. The calculator would generate a portion of the submission materials for these systems. We're working with a number of organizations to make that possible. Please check out all our training modules at unhsimap.org resources page. We always want to hear from you about what works and what could be made better.